Welcome, I'm Deronda. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these Texas-size cowboy cookies. Absolutely fantastic, so delicious and easy to make. The ingredients you're going to need is 1½ cups of 1-minute oats, 1½ cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, or you may substitute with milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or white chocolate, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of butter at room temperature, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of chopped pecans, 1 cup of shredded sweetened coconut, 1/2 cup of lightly packed brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1½ teaspoons of pure vanilla. Make sure you use pure vanilla. It makes all the difference in the world. Let me show you how simple and easy these are to get together. I'm adding my softened butter into a mixing bowl. Now, if you don't have that softness on your butter like that, just nuke it in your microwave 5 seconds at a time on defrost until you get that lovely softness. So important. Add your brown sugar with your granulated white sugar with a hand mixer on medium-high. We're going to blend these 3 ingredients together until they're lovely and creamy. Now, if you don't want to use a hand mixer, go ahead and use a stand mixer. And if you want to be really brave, you can do it by hand. After about 1 minute, you've got your sugars and butter mixed. We're going to add 1 egg at a time, and we're going to beat 1 minute after each addition. Be sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl as you go. This took about 1 minute. Now we're going to add the second egg and beat an additional minute. Be sure to continue scraping down the sides of your bowl as you go. And this took about an additional minute. Next, we're adding in that pure vanilla extract. Gently beat this in until you can no longer see the vanilla. Now, that looks great. For the next step, in a medium mixing bowl, you're going to add all your flour, your baking powder, salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. With a whisk, we're going to incorporate these 5 ingredients until they're well blended. The reason we do this is so you won't bite into a big bite of baking powder, baking soda, or cinnamon in your cowboy cookies. Add this 1/3 at a time into your butter sugar mixture. Give it a lovely little mixing while you continue scraping down the sides of your bowl. I always start on low and increase my speed so I won't end up with the flour shower. Once you can no longer see the flour, use an additional 1/3 of your dry ingredients. And starting on low, we're going to incorporate the flour till we can no longer see it. Add your remaining flour mixture. Mix it all in. That looks great. Now we're going to stir in the remaining ingredients. Starting with the oatmeal, we're going to blend it in. And I do know that a wooden spoon works best when mixing in your solid ingredients into your cookie dough. All right. That looks perfect. We can add the coconut, the pecans, add those chocolate chips, and just continue working it in until all your ingredients are evenly worked into your cookie dough. That looks evenly mixed, and boy does that cookie dough look scrumptious with all those yummy flavors going on in there. To bake these, I'm using a large cookie sheet that I've lined with parchment paper. Parchment paper isn't necessary, but I love the way it makes the bottom of the cookies look. To make them Texas sized, I use an ice cream scooper. Get right in here with my dough. Get it here in your scooper, and then you're going to plop it right here on the cookie sheet. Woo! They're going to be so scrumptious. At this point, you want your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have an ice cream scooper, you can use a 1/4 cup measuring cup or a large spoon and drop 1/4 cup of cookie dough onto your cookie sheets about 2 inches apart. Okay, these are off to that preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 18 to 20 minutes or until golden around the edges of the cookie. Use your timer and no peeking. Here's our baked Texas Cowboy cookies. Let them cool here on their baking sheet before transporting over here to a cooling rack. You don't want your cookies falling apart on you. Those 5 minutes are up, and ooh, I can smell the cinnamon. Ooh, and the brown sugar and the oatmeal and those pecans. These are going to be fabulous. We're going to let them cool down here on their cooling rack. If you can wait for the next 30 minutes. Hard to resist. It's been 10 minutes. I've got to try one. Let's show you. Oh, what it looks like on the inside. Look at those chocolate chips. Those pecans. The coconut. They're still so warm. Gotta try it. Crunchy along the edge. Those chocolate chips are so nice, and the coconut and the crunch of the pecans. You're not going to be disappointed in these Texas-sized Cowboy cookies. They're fantastic. And if you need to nuke them in the microwave for a couple of seconds at a time to get that softness back on the chocolate chips, I would highly recommend it. I'm Geronda with Foods 101. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll catch you lovely people later.